Hey lunatics, what's up? It's a Silent Review here, coming at you guys with my SmackDown live review, day number 2 of the Superstar Shakeup for the April 16, 2019 episode. Now, one thing I did not mention in the Raw review, Cedric Alexander is going to be a part of Monday Night Raw. Yes, I did not mention this. They showed a little vignette showing that Cedric will be making his way up from 205 Live to Monday Night Raw. So not only does the Superstar Shakeup affect Raw and SmackDown, but it also affects 205 Live. As we witnessed Mustafa Ali join SmackDown Live in early, I think it was February, or mid-February around there. And Mustafa Ali has been great on SmackDown Live. And hopefully we can wish all well for Cedric Alexander being a part of Monday Night Raw. So Cedric and Mustafa are both on the main roster. That's great. And we also have another cruiserweight joining another brand as well. We'll talk about that. Now, the show kicked off with Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens comes out with the Kevin Owens Show. And his two guests for the show are none other than WWE Champion Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. No biggie. We'll talk about that. Owens says this is night 2 of the Superstar Shakeup, and there are many surprises still to come. Owens congratulates Kingston, and Kingston says they did something special at WrestleMania. Kingston gives thanks to the crowd. Owens notes that Big E is out hurt. Woods goes on a rant about how half the up, down roster got drafted to Raw. And Xavier demanded that Tyler Breeze be traded to SmackDown Live ASAP, or he would lose his mind. I started laughing out loud at that. That was great. Owens says New Day's a trio, and if they are going to face Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura tonight, they should be letting Owens join him. Owens wants to be called Big O, so he wants to be an honorary member of New Day since Big E is apparently out. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, so speedy recovery for Big E, hopefully. He'll be back sooner, hopefully. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what his injury is, but 6 to 8 weeks is a while. It's like 2 months, I think. So who knows how long it's going to be going on for with Owens being an honorary member of New Day. Now, knowing... I know it's a little weird seeing Kevin Owens like this, because if this was NXT Kevin Owens, then he'd probably be beating the shit out of both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and we could probably be seeing Kingston and Owens for the WWE title at Money in the Bank. But you know, WWE is just, you know, they're just trying to like save the storyline for right now. Now, I'm not saying they're gonna turn Kevin Owens heel again, because I don't want to see that. I personally want to see a new fresh start for Kevin Owens, being that he's now a babyface, and they just started with his babyface role in WWE, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what they do with Owens as a babyface. Seeing that they don't have really many heels on SmackDown Live besides Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, and used to be Samoa Joe, but now it's gonna be someone else, whoever else. I don't know. Lars Sullivan. There you go, Lars Sullivan. So we'll be seeing what's going to happen with that. Owens, so Kingston and Woods eventually agree, and they make Kevin Owens, and I remember the New Day. Kingston hands Owens a crop top. Literally, like, Owens, he wears, like, shirts, like, double the size of what Kingston was wearing, so this was funny. And then Woods puts on a unicorn horn on Owens' head as he is bowing down and he's knighting him. And then they hug it out, and that was great. And then while this was going on, we see Rusev and Nakamura watching this on, and then we see Cesaro jump in, and I know it was odd because people were like, okay, where was Sheamus at? Sheamus is also out of injury right now. I don't know. I think they said he has a concussion right now. That's why he wasn't showing up on SmackDown, and that's why Cesaro was by himself. So yeah. And then eventually they announced later in the show that Kofi will be teaming up with Xavier Woods and Kevin Owens to be taking on the team of Cesaro, Rusev, and Shinsuke Nakamura in a 6-man tag team match. I know it's funny because we just saw a 6-man tag on Raw the previous night with Roman, Rollins, and AJ, the newest member of Raw, against Lashley, Corbin, and McIntyre. So it's funny that we've seen another tag team match, 6-man tag rather, with the WWE Champion, just like the Universal Champion. So that's kind of odd, but okay. So, moving on, we have the first draft pick for SmackDown Live. None other than the Intercontinental Champion Finn Bálor. Now, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking here. What about Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe did not show up on Monday Night Raw. He did not show up on SmackDown Live either. Now, the reason being is because Samoa Joe is apparently ill at the moment. So, I read something saying that Joe is, he can't really, like, move right now. He's that ill, but if they wanted him to show up, then he would have showed up, but he can't because he's ill at the moment. But yes, since Balor's on SmackDown now, thank fucking God, because how long have they wanted Finn Bálor on SmackDown Live? There was really nothing else for him to do on Monday Night Raw. Thank God he won the Intercontinental title back from Bobby Trashley, or else we would have been seeing Bobby Lashley on SmackDown, and then Finn Bálor again being buried on Monday Night Raw. So thank God it didn't happen. So Balor he jumps ship to SmackDown Live, and Samoa Joe will probably be seen on next week's Raw. That's if he's better. If not, we'll be seeing him the following week. But eventually, once Joe is ready to come back, he will be a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. Just letting you guys know that. Because they're not going to have 2 mid-card titles on one show. They're not going to have the WWE Universal title on Raw, along with the Raw Tag Team titles, and then the women's title or whatever. You're not going to just have that and then just have the the WWE Champion and both the IC title and the United States title, and then the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and then the women's title. Like, no, they always got to even it out. They got to even out the playing field here. That's what they do with the draft picks, the draft brand, or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but yeah. So Finn Bálor is on SmackDown Live, and Samoa Joe is a part of Monday Night Raw. There's that. We'll probably be seeing Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman continue their feud, as we just saw them fight on SmackDown last week. So we'll probably be seeing them face off at SummerSlam for the United States title, or if they want to go save it all the way for SummerSlam, because SummerSlam's not until August. So we got about 3-4 months until then. So we'll see what happens, but it should be interesting to see what they do with Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman moving on. And I thought that Braun Strowman was going to be joining SmackDown Live as well, and I thought that Lars was going to be on Raw, but it was apparently the other way around. And because we saw Strowman on SmackDown last week, and we thought that he was going to be moved to SmackDown, and along with Drew McIntyre, since Drew randomly showed up as well, but that didn't happen. Drew's still part of Raw, and so is Strowman. And then Lars is on SmackDown, so it's very, very confusing as to why that happened. It honestly should have never happened in the first place, because I'd much rather see Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman on SmackDown than on Raw. And I'd much rather see Lars go to Raw, but, it's just the way they wanted to do it, I guess. I don't know. So Finn Bálor versus Mustafa Ali. This was a fucking great match. 2 matches in a row, 2 nights in a row for Finn Bálor, putting off all the stops. Balor's great in the ring. This is exactly what he did with Andrade Cien Almas on Raw, and he did the same thing with Mustafa Ali on SmackDown. This is a fucking fantastic match. Pop-up dropkick from Ali. Bálor lands a back elbow. Armbar from Bálor. Mustafa sends Bálor to the outside. Suicide dive by Ali. After the break, Bálor chops Ali from one side of the ring to the other. Bálor surprises. Head kick by Ali. Ali lands the front rolling facebuster, and he lands a few chops in. Bálor surprises Ali with the Eye of the Hurricane. Sling blade by Bálor. And Bálor sets up the shotgun dropkick, who literally, Jesus Christ. When Bálor hit that shotgun dropkick, Mustafa just went splat right into the turnbuckle, and that was just brutal, man. His back hit hard. Ali super kicks him. Bálor counters the satellite DDT into a double stomp, but Ali cuts Bálor off as he goes on top. Top rope Rana by Ali. Great spot there, but Bálor kicks out. And Mustafa goes for the 450, misses it, and then he gets hit with the shotgun dropkick by Bálor, and Bálor hits the coup de grace to pick up the win, winning his first match on the Blue Brand SmackDown Live. And then after the match, both men shake hands. Oh, man, that was just fucking great, man. I love that. That was just awesome. Finn Bálor, Mustafa Ali. One thing that Corey Graves did mention here, this will probably not be the last we see of Finn Bálor and Mustafa Ali in the same match, in the same ring. I cannot wait to see what else these two are going to be pulling off here. I mean, just like Bálor and Andrade on Raw, same thing happened with Bálor and Ali on SmackDown. So this was fucking great, man. And I'm really interested to see what they do with Finn Bálor on SmackDown Live now. But he's got contenders for the IC title, Moving on, Backstage, New Day makes Owens eats a bunch of pancakes. They really wanted Owens to be a part of New Day, and I guess if they wanted to do that, then he has to beat Big E's record of 5 minutes and 58 seconds of eating pancakes. Oh my god. Another promo for the Bird Box or whatever the heck that thing is supposed to be. Definitely sounds like Bray Wyatt laughing. I have no idea what the hell that is. But yeah, it did sound like Bray Wyatt laughing. I don't know what that is, but they've been showing that for like a week or two now. So Bray Wyatt is coming back shortly, thank God. I don't know what brand he's going to. Hopefully SmackDown, because he was much better on SmackDown than he was on Raw. And hopefully we see him as a babyface as well. Because that's the last time we saw him, when he was with Matt Hardy. Carmella with R-Truth versus Charlotte Flair. This was just, I don't know, this was just filler, I guess. This was Charlotte's first match back since WrestleMania, since losing to Becky in the main event. You know, this was really nothing, honestly. I mean, Carmella and Charlotte, they don't really have great chemistry in the ring, so this was just a, standard match. This was nothing great. Carmella taps out to Charlotte here. After the match, Lars Sullivan makes his way down to the ring, and he attacks R-Truth. Pretty much the same thing he did to Rey Mysterio. Truth got in some offense but Lars didn't have any of it, and he just took out R-Truth. Again, I don't know what's going on, but it apparently so that Lars is on SmackDown Live. Becky Lynch is in the ring. She did what she did, said what she was going to do. She went to WrestleMania and walked out both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Lynch says her job here is to run through Lacey Evans and then slap the heads off of any new challengers that they put in front of her. The 2 titles give her free reign to go wherever she wants. Out comes Ember Moon. Ember Moon is now part of SmackDown Live now. That's a great pick for the women's division. She walks out and says she is now on SmackDown Live. Ember is here to make a name for herself. Out comes Bayley. Bayley as well joining SmackDown. She comes out, tells Lynch that she is here because she has her eyes on 2 other titles. The Iconics walk out and talk trash. Paige saunters them out on the stage. Now, remember last week we mentioned Paige said that she was bringing in a special tag team of her own to be a part of SmackDown Live and come after those women tag team titles. And first, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville come out, but Paige rolls her eyes and says that it's not you 2 ladies. We're not reunited Absolution. That's not going to happen, baby girls. Out comes Asuka. Now, this was weird because, Paige mentioned this was revolutionary and this was brand new, but, Asuka's been on the main roster now for like a year or 2 now, so this really isn't brand new. I didn't understand what the point of that was, but okay. Anyways, Asuka comes out, and the big surprise here was her tag team partner, Kairi Sane, jumping ship from NXT to SmackDown Live. This was a great pick as well. So not only we got Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, Bayley on SmackDown Live. That's pretty good so far. Paige sends Asuka and Sane to get themselves some, and a huge brawl breaks out as Becky's just standing there wondering what the hell is going on. She walks out of the ring, and then we get this 8-women's tag match with Ember, Bayley, Kairi, and Asuka against the Iconics, Mandy, and Sonya. And, of course, Ember, Bayley, Kairi, and Asuka pick up the win. Kairi wins with the insane elbow drop, and that was great to see, because it's very beautiful when she does that as well. I know it's going to be weird seeing Asuka in the tag team division, but, at least it's with somebody that we've been all wanting to see, and it's Kairi Sane. Backstage, Buddy Murphy. I mentioned Buddy Murphy before. I mentioned another cruiser would be jumping ship from 205 Live to SmackDown Live, and that man is Buddy Murphy. This is damn good, man. I cannot wait to see what Buddy does on SmackDown. He's going to be on the same roster with Mustafa Ali. We will be seeing these 2 fight again. Remember their match at Survivor Series? Man, that was a fucking bar-burner match. Incredible. We're going to be seeing that same shit on SmackDown eventually, whenever Buddy decides to show up. But, yeah, he's jumping ship from 205 Live to SmackDown Live. This is fucking great. The best-kept secret coming to SmackDown Live. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali again. Buddy Murphy versus Finn Bálor for the IC title. Who the fuck doesn't want to see that? Buddy Murphy versus Randy Orton. Buddy Murphy versus, who else? I don't even know. whoever. I don't know. But, you know, just shit like that. Buddy Murphy versus Kofi Kingston. Buddy Murphy versus Kevin Owens. You know, that... It's going to be fucking great. I cannot wait to see Buddy Murphy on SmackDown Live. Rusev... Oh, then he gets the... Oh, we get to this... So, yeah, Buddy's announcing he's going to SmackDown Live. Then we get the 6-man tag match with Kofi, Xavier, and Big O, I should say, Kevin Owens against Shinsuke, Rusev, and Cesaro. This was funny because I love... You know, they made Kevin Owens do Big E's introduction to New Days before they come out. This was great. Kevin Owens nailed it, man. He did a pretty good job of, you know, doing Big E's introduction there for New Day. So that was fun to see. To get into the match, Owens is wearing Kofi's new championship shirt. This is cool. Rusev beats down Woods. Woods catches Rusev with a big boot. On a roll by Woods. Woods and Kingston double facebuster Rusev. Nakamura tags and beats Kingston to the corner. Nakamura charges in, but Kingston destroys Nakamura with a standing double stomp. New Day and Kevin Owens unicorn stampede Nakamura. Wood chips Owens into Nakamura for a cannonball, and Nakamura surprises Woods, excuse me, with a spin kick. Cesaro tags in and dumps Woods to the outside. Nakamura stuns Woods in the barricade. After the break, the heels are taking turns beating down Xavier. Woods manages to tag in Kingston, and he unloads on Cesaro. Boom drop by Kingston. Kingston tries a crossbody. Cesaro catches him in midair, but Kingston reverses into the SOS. Kicks out at 2 Cesaro. Cesaro double legs Kingston, puts him in the sharpshooter, and Owens breaks it up with a super kick. Tags in Owens. Owens launches Kingston into the outside, and Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise on Rusev, only for Rusev to be stumbled into a stunner by Kevin Owens, who sold that shit. Man. And Rusev was out. And Owens pins Rusev to pick up the win. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big O defeat Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro on SmackDown Live. Now, it was announced early in the show that Mr. McMahon would be making the biggest acquisition on SmackDown Live regarding Superstar Shakeup. I have no idea what this meant. So he comes out. He says he rarely puts a stamp on a superstar, but he's about to do that now. McMahon announces Elias. Elias walks out. Again, I don't know if this was really planned here, but he tried to make Elias a big deal here. And look, I'm not saying Elias is somebody that I would consider as a top star in WWE just yet, just because we haven't really seen, like, you know, great matches with Elias. The only good match he's had so far was his match with Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank last year. That was his best match, and we haven't really been seeing much of Elias in the ring since he's been doing all these concerts and being interrupted. But, you know, it's whatever. So Elias is on SmackDown Live. Elias says calling him the biggest accusation in SmackDown history is accurate. Mr. McMahon gives Elias the ring. And as Elias is about to start singing, out comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the big dog, is now part of SmackDown Live. That is a huge, huge pick. Since Roman made it clear that either him or Seth or both will be joining SmackDown Live. We didn't know who it was going to be. We knew eventually it was going to be somebody. And Roman was the one who jumped the ship from Raw to SmackDown. Reigns walks out and he power walks to the ring. Superman punch by Reigns takes out Elias. Mr. McMahon gets in Reigns' face. Reigns then Superman punches the boss. And Vince, like, no-sold that. That was funny. He gets punched by Reigns and he lands into the arms of Elias. Reigns says he doesn't care what Mr. McMahon says. SmackDown Live is his yard now. And the show ends with Reigns taking out Elias with the spear. There you go. There you go, people. Wow. So, just like on Raw with AJ jumping ship, that's your big star for Raw. And for SmackDown, you got Roman Reigns. So, that's weird. It's really, really surprising they traded AJ for Roman and Roman for AJ. So, there you go. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Roman on SmackDown. Hopefully they don't fucking make him bury Kofi Kingston and have him to take the WWE title from Kofi, because I don't want to see that. I really don't. I'd much rather see him, you know, become the IC champion again sometime. Whether he, you know, fights Bálor again or, you know, whoever's champion. I don't know. But Matches for Roman, we got Roman versus Finn Bálor again. We got Roman versus Randy Orton again. We got Roman versus Mustafa Ali. Roman versus Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns versus Kofi Kingston sometime. Hopefully it's not for the title. Roman versus Nakamura. Roman versus Rusev, Cesaro. I mean, he's got matches that he can do. So, yeah. So, real quick, before I end this review, I'm going to go over every superstar that made the ship from Raw to SmackDown, and then from SmackDown to Raw. So, give me a second here. There were some stars in the shakeup that weren't announced on the show, but were announced on WWE.com that they will be jumping ship from this show to this show. Talk about that. Give me a second here. Let's pull it up right here. Alright. So, here we go. So, the new stars to join Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles, The Miz, The Usos, Ricochet, Aleister Black, The Viking Experience. Again, I'm not used to that name. I'm much referring them as the War Raiders, not fucking Ivar and Eric. It's Hanson and Rowe. Andrade, Cien Almas, Rey Mysterio, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Cedric Alexander, EC3, and Eric Young. Joining SmackDown, we have Roman Reigns, Elias, Finn Bálor, Lars Sullivan, Ember Moon, Bayley, Kairi Sane, Buddy Murphy, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's been split up with from the Riot Squad. Very, very odd there. They broke up the Riot Squad Insanity. Chad Gable, who's now a part of SmackDown as well. I don't understand that. They could have had Bobby join as well. I was expecting to see both him and Bobby Roode on SmackDown. But they split them up. So now Bobby's again a single star again. Apollo Crews, again on SmackDown. Mickie James, and Heavy Machinery. There you go. Been wanting to see Heavy Machinery on SmackDown? There you go. And Superstars in Limbo. I don't know what this means. I guess they just don't know what brand they're on right now. Bray Wyatt, who has been seeing promos running on both shows, clearly for Wyatt, showing a buzzard and a Hawaiian shirt popping out of a box in terms of where he would be needed most, probably SmackDown, considering all the men's singles additions made by Raw. Samoa Joe, we mentioned Samoa Joe, but it's obvious that Joe's going to be joining Raw since Balor's on SmackDown with the IC title. You're not going to have both the...
And with that, we welcome in our CBS Sports
What the hell?
Combat Sports writer, Brian Campbell, who...
What the hell was that? I have no idea. Yeah, you're not going to have both the IC title and the United States title on both shows. There you go. Nikki Cross, they didn't even announce anything for Nikki Cross yet. I will have to see her on SmackDown again.
On the phone with us from MetLife Stadium. Now, Brian, Brock Lesnar
What
lost
the hell?
tonight. Does this...
I don't know what that is. Shut the fuck up.
He's destined to head back to the Octagon?
Shut the fuck up. Where did I leave off here? So Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn, we don't know what brand he's on now. I guess he's going to be a part of Raw. I'd much rather see him be split up from Kevin Owens. And Killian Dane. So there you go. No Ronda, no Brock, because they're apparently taking time off right now. So thank God. Again, we'll be seeing what happens. So there you guys. That's Superstar Shakeup, Day 2, SmackDown Live. There you go. Let me know what you thought. I'll be seeing you all for my NXT and 205 Live review. We got a big match on NXT with Buddy Murphy going back to NXT. I think it's for one time only, and he's going to be taking on the Velveteen Dream for the North American title. That's going to be a fucking... I can't wait to see that. So I think that's the only match announced for NXT. Oh no, we also got Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. This will be Kairi's farewell match. So we'll see what happens there. And Johnny Gargano, the new NXT champion, is going to be on the show. Undisputed Era might come out, interrupt Johnny. I don't know what the deal is. 205 Live, I don't think there's anything announced for 205 Live, but we'll be seeing the Cruiserweight champion Tony Nese on there. And yeah. Sorry guys. Alright, I'm going to get out of here now. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, arcade like button out of nowhere. What was I going to say? Tap the bell for notifications for all my future uploads. And I'll see you all in the next one. 205 Live and NXT review coming shortly. Till then, I'll see you guys then. Too sweet.